More than 230 people have been killed as a result of Hurricane Helene, which swept across the southeastern U.S. It is now the deadliest mainland hurricane since Katrina back in 2005. And Eva is in Augusta, Georgia, where residents are still recovering at this hour. Eva, what's the latest?
Yeah, you know, DeMarco, we've heard and seen all kinds of incredible stories here of people helping their neighbors, really pitching in. One of the fire lieutenants who's helping run this whole distribution center here today lost his whole home. He has a family member that he lost, and he hasn't been able to go home and even check on his own house. He's been here helping his neighbors. And it's story after story like that because you can see the need here is still so great. People are still struggling.
This storm literally spared no one.
The impact left by Hurricane Helene will be felt for a very long time, including for this family in Savannah. Romy Cummings and Tanika Hamilton are owners of the catering business Tanika and the Chef. During the storm, they were sheltering at home with their 4 children when a huge pine tree came crashing down. Thankfully, the family survived, but they suffered much more than just the destruction of their house.
In the midst of the trees that are down across our city, the electric lines, houses that have been affected, and I believe there has been one canine fatality.
The family's oldest dog, a beloved pit bull terrier, Dia, was killed. But as they mourn their loss, they are finding they're not alone. William LaFlower, owner of Bandana Burger, is raising money for the family. Some of the proceeds will also be donated to the local animal rescue organization. What the family has suffered truly touched him, as William told a local Savannah TV station.
What they have gone through is unimaginable. We could never imagine that happening to us.
So he's rallying the community to help out his neighbors in need, providing support and friendship in the wake of a tragedy.
And that sense of community is so important in these kinds of moments. Tanika, Romy, and William all joining us now. And Tanika, I want to ask you, you actually say that you believe that if it wasn't for your dog, that you wouldn't be alive right now. Why?
That's correct, Eva. Our dog took the impact, I believe. We were all in the bed, and the tree came directly in the middle between us. It was 4 of us in the bed. And the tree hitting her, I think, prevented the tree from rolling onto one of us. So we didn't know she was gone right away. But once we kind of digged through the rubble, we were looking for her, and that's when we realized she was already dead.
Oh, wow. Romy, how are you and your family doing now?
It's a very difficult time for us, but we're making it. We're here. We're blessed to be alive. And I have my 2 little ones. That's because the state that we found them in, it was like I was nervous to even look for them after that. But God has blessed us and my family to still be alive.
Yeah, such a blessing that your whole family is okay. William, you and your business, Bandana Burger, you guys lost power for 5 days after the storm. So I'm curious, in that moment, when you could have focused on yourself, why did you decide to help someone else?
When things go dark in your own life, sometimes to find the light, you go out and you help other people. So I could never, like I said before, I could never, ever imagine this happening to me and my family. My wife and I, we're always at the shop, or we're always somewhere doing something for Bandana Burger. And when we couldn't do that, we needed to be there for our friends and for our community and show people that, hey, when it gets dark, you got to show up.
And Tanika, I see there that you have a little nugget that's crawled up. What was your reaction when you heard that William was raising money for you and your family?
Oh my gosh, no words. When he called us, he was just calling to check on us. And I told him what happened. And I mean, no hesitation. He immediately was like, what can we do to help? And then hours later, I get a text from him. He said, you know, my wife and I are going to do something for you guys. And from the support of him, the community, it's just overwhelming, just with gratitude. You know, my heart is just so full. Man, without this guy here, we don't know where we would be right now.
Well, incredible that you guys have made this relationship in this moment. We are wishing all of you the best. DeMarco.
I often say that if there's any beauty that comes out of tragedy, it's seeing strangers helping strangers. Eva, thank you for that. And folks at home, you can also pitch in and help just by scanning the QR code that's at the bottom of your screen.